Hello and welcome to Kelly Loves K-Pop. I am Kelly. Today we're going to do a reading on BLACKPINK's Jennie and Lisa and try to look into their friendship. So if you don't know, I have a Patreon, and my reading for Jennie and V is up there. So it's only $10 a month, and you can look at all my previous Patreon only readings, and then you can also make suggestions for upcoming Patreon readings. So we're gonna go ahead and look into this friendship. I always do a past, present, future pick on them, and then I will do a reading on each person's kind of side of that. So let's go ahead and pull some cards. This is a brand new deck, so that's why I'm kind of making sure it's nice and shuffled well. Let's see. Past. Present. And then future. This one. Okay. Let me go ahead and put these out. If you're interested in what deck I'm using, I'm going to start putting all that in the video description, so you can check that out, as well as all my links to find me around the web. So we have, this looks like the Ace of Wands in reverse. So in the past, it's interesting because I feel like, well, I guess it is true. BLACKPINK wasn't the original idea for this group. That these two girls were involved in a pre-debut idea that didn't come to pass. So it's like, I kind of feel like even pre-debut, they have like war stories together. They kind of have disappointments that they bonded over. You know, creative things that were supposed to happen that didn't happen. So yeah, I don't know if it's just in concept that BLACKPINK got changed, but I do think like the whole idea of the group previously changed, or unless there was some other kind of idea even before that. But I know, I feel like Jennie was with the company for a while, but I don't think Lisa was with it that long. Like, I feel like when Lisa joined, there was a direct like group in mind, and then that kind of got flipped on its head. So I think they view that as kind of like something in the past that they specifically bond over. Three of Wands currently. This is like a planning for the future thing. I like that because I think it means like, I mean, obviously they're working together now, but they're also still looking for projects to continually do in the future. So I think that bodes well for the group in general, that they want to continue to be tied together and work together and be creative together. There are 3 here, not 4, so that could be leaning into something as well. 3 of them have creative ideas for the future, and maybe one of them does not. You know, one of those crows is like, you know, flying away here, so someone's energy or someone's ideas are somewhere else than the 3. So, but especially these 2 are working, you know, planning together, plotting and planning together. And then we have the Star, I believe. Yeah. In reverse. I think there will become a time in the future where BLACKPINK are obviously not in the limelight in the way that they are now. But, I don't know. I just get the vibe that their friendship will continue even long into the future, even long past their time in the sun is up, you know, after their fame dies down, I kind of see these girls still having a friendship, which is good. Because honestly, the reason I wanted to do this reading was because with all the attention on Jennie and like the hacking of their, what is it, their cloud, their iCloud or whatever, someone kind of insinuated that Lisa was someone who kind of turned on her. And I mean, I didn't know what to feel, what to believe. Again, you know, there's so much misinformation and weirdos on the internet just like throwing things out there. I don't know. So I kind of wanted to see where their friendship stood. But right now, these, if I were just going off of the initial impression, they seem tight. And I think they're going to be tight for a long time. So I don't think Lisa, you know, or either one of them is out to betray the other one in any kind of way. But I'm going to do a reading now on Jennie and then on Lisa and kind of how they view each other or kind of the energy around their friendship right now. How are we feeling about Miss Lisa? Okay, that's 6 of Wands. 1. 7 of Pentacles. This is a Knight. Yeah, it's a Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Queen of Pentacles, okay. Knight of Cups in reverse. Is this a Hierophant? No, it's the Lovers. Lovers in reverse. Devil in reverse. These two cards are, if you read tarot, you know that these two cards are really connected. And with everything that Jennie is going on right now. Okay. 4 Cups. Okay. Okay. So that's the Sun card. All right. And the King of Swords. Woo! All right, all right. Okay. This kind of feels like directly Lisa. This feels like a much bigger energy over her right now that may be affecting that friendship. Especially with these two cards. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there when we get there. Okay, hold on. So we have the 6 of Wands in reverse. This is not the victory card. Or this is the victory card, but it's in reverse. So it's saying there's a loss. There's either a victory that no one saw, a victory people are jealous of, or a loss. With the 7 of Pentacles, which is like hard work. It's almost like like you almost put in the hard work and you're waiting. And then this Knight of Pentacles, so things are slow. So it could be like they're waiting to hear back about things. If this is related to kind of what's going on right now, I think it means they are together. They are seeing like negative reactions, negative response to things. Could be they're kind of stuck focusing on some of the negative, which I wouldn't like for them. It also this sounds like laying low. Like there's work to do. They're focused on that. We got the Queen of Pentacles too. And the 8 of Cups. But they're not walking away. Things are slow. It's weird. Maybe it's like the pre-release money is going to fund things that are happening with the album release. It's almost like use a little bit of money to generate more money to go towards the thing. I do just wish some more interconnection here. I really just read like stress. I mean, there is work. Work is done, but it does seem like they're not moving quite forward in the way they want. Again, I think they're really shocked by the negative responses. But they're kind of locked in again. They're locked in at this point. They can't change that. I think they got a lot of public eyes on them, and they're not happy with the way it is. I mean, I can't blame them. Obviously, we'll go into these two things, which I think are causing the issue. Again, I'm not seeing fighting. I'm not seeing negative emotions toward each other. It does just seem like they don't want to be on the public right now. Like, I feel like they're pushing through it, but they're not happy with it. They would very much like to leave. They would like to go hide, because they're feeling like the villain. They're feeling people are taking these things and using them against them, right? So we have the Lover's card and the Devil's card, and this is it. Normally, I would read this as like contracts or things people have to work on together, and then the Devil's negative outside influences. But this is Jennie's reading, and just the Lovers and the Devil, and both of those things being used and manipulated, and just being a major concern for her. There could be why that there's this guilt, there's this feeling of like loss and not wanting to be in the public and wanting to walk away, because all the pressure and the eyes are on her relationships. And again, not just with people outside of her group, but even in her group, again, people were accusing Lisa of backstabbing her and putting her information out there. So I kind of get the feeling like Jennie knows that's not true. But it is putting all of her relationships under all of this stress. And it's hurting her at least. You know how sometimes I think people can be like in their mind, and even though everyone's with you and they're supporting you, you view what you're going through as like the end of the world, and you're not undeserving of those people, or you're ruining their lives by their affiliation with you. And I feel like she's got a lot of that weight. Jennie's got a lot of that weight on her right now. Four of Cups, again, is like waiting things out. She might be missing or not taking opportunities because she's got so much else mentally on her plate right now. She could be extra stressed. So again, also, if there's any kind of like fan activities that the group's supposed to do, she might not be at all of them. She might take, skip on some for her own mental health, with everything that's going on, or that is something that the group might as a whole pass on for her. Because of like this just being the front and center of like so much. The second card is overall though success. Again, I feel like as far as her and Lisa's friendship, like she's happy. She feels like a burden, I think, but overall, I think she views Lisa as a good person around her, someone who brings happiness. King of Swords means obviously they're talking. Like, I think Lisa is a shoulder for her to lean on, to talk to get these things out. Like someone she can be clear and open and herself around. So even though there's like all this going on, at the end of the day, they do talk. She does view Lisa as someone she trusts and brings like some amounts of happiness into her life if they kind of can back away from some of the bigger things going on here. Like, of course, Jennie's in a really complicated place right now. And I think she's trying to be strong and not show that to people. And she's trying to get the work done. But I think there's some issues where she really would like to just back off and hide. You know, obviously the timing. But that's kind of what happens in K-pop is like, these kind of scandals always happen before a big comeback. They always, the minute they see a group about to like maybe push to that next level, there's always some weird scandal that kind of knocks them down. I've seen it happen to multiple groups now. That information could have come out at any time, but they specifically wait for a very targeted, specific time for the information to come out. And unfortunately, I do think that is hitting Blackpink and Jennie specifically really badly right now. Like, mentally, I think she's ready for a break, and I don't blame the girl. So let's go ahead and look at Lisa. See how Lisa's feeling about Jennie. Said I'm not going to get into Jennie's personal life. Again, I kind of did a reading on her and V, and that's on the Patreon if you guys want to see it. All right, Lisa. 2 cups. Yeah. Oh, Empress. Yeah, it's like she's there for her, but also I think Jennie maybe doesn't want to talk about things, so she's not pushing it. Ooh, Lisa's got opportunity. Lisa's focusing on some creative stuff. Are we going to see Lisa have another comeback? Maybe. Either way, Lisa is using this time to focus on what they're doing. Queen of Wands. Yeah, it definitely feels like she's focusing on some solo stuff. She's in her creative energy. I think just getting work done. Maybe giving some people some space. I mean, also the Ace of Wands and stuff could also talk about kind of what they're going through now, but I think she's also taking this time to manifest some stuff for herself. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, I still see her like being there for other people. 5 of Cups. Yeah, like I don't know. Lisa's just like rolling with things. She's like, yeah, there's some stuff that's overshadowing it. I'm gonna use that time wisely. Like Lisa, I feel like is very business minded. There's spilt milk. Some people are trying to make things harder for me, but I'm just gonna keep going. Knight of Cups. Yeah, I do think she's there for Jennie. Like, I think she's offered herself as a shoulder to listen to, but also knows how to give people space when they want it. Just focus on other things. Like, whoa, okay, wow. I think this whole batch flipped over. Okay. We got that double in reverse again. Yeah, regardless of how she feels, Lisa would never leak. I think this is a direct, like, would never put that stuff out to the public. I mean, I really had doubts, but it's nice if the cards confirm that kind of thing. Like, I just don't think Lisa would ever put people's privacy relationships in the public. And I also think this means Lisa also has her own private relationships. She's focusing on, that she also doesn't want, to get out. Yeah, I feel like Lisa's a rock. Like, emotionally, she's a rock. But also, she doesn't look down on Jennie because she's got her own relationships. Maybe she's trying to do a better job about keeping them private. All right, one more card. Let's just get one more card. Okay, 2 more cards. So we got King of Strength in reverse. Yeah, I do think Jennie is taking a lot of the negativity and kind of letting it get to her, where I feel like Lisa just doesn't care that much. I mean, maybe because, again, it's not her relationships or her allegations out there in the press so much as fars, but she's got 2 kings here. And the Strength is in reverse. Strength usually speaks to kind of like that willpower. It could just mean too, like, the Strength card specifically, it's about a maiden who uses grace and tenderness and compassion to win over the lion instead of brute force, where I think Lisa's not talking about anything, but I think she is totally fed up with like a lot of the way Blackpink is treated, and especially the way maybe her and Jennie are being treated. Like, this is very much like, I'm done being nice. I'm done trying to, again, win with like compassion. She's done killing people with kindness. I think she maybe has seen, her eyes have been open to certain people, and she's ready to like let them have it. She could also just be severely protective of Jennie, and I think that makes a lot of sense too. Like, her kings are out, her empress is out too, so it's like she's in her power. Like, I don't think well, I think Lisa is done with being a victim. I think especially now she's probably going to come out in front and try to be protective of her friend. But in general, I just think that she's had it. She's seen the way the media is, and she's over it. And just other people too, maybe she trusted, and she's seeing them, she's seeing their true colors. Like, there's a lot of Lisa not depending on other people. I think she's trying to still care for the people she cares about, but she's also not afraid to like step away and be in her own power, and not let this kind of make her feel defenseless or weak. Like, I think she's a very strong-minded person. So, but I think that helps her be a rock for someone like Jennie, who's going through a lot, who seems like she's going through a very dark time. And Lisa is like, well, I'm not letting this take us down, or her down, or their friendship, or anything like that. So, yeah, I see Lisa being very protective. But also, like, in the time that if they do, like, you know, they're not as public with their promotions, or they're not as out there as people would want them to be, she's kind of taking that time and redirecting it on her own projects, or her own promotion, maybe. Her own ideas in a way. So either we'll see Lisa turn around and have some kind of creative marketing for the group that, you know, where the company failed, or she's going to take that time to get ready on her next project. So that's what I have. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you guys. As always, you know, take care of each other, take care of yourselves. Don't get sucked into the clickbait titles and all that stuff that they just, you know, they're going to milk this forever. You know that. So yeah, stay strong, and I'll see you guys next time. Also, if you want a personal reading, I have an Etsy shop, so check that out too. Link in the description. Bye, guys. Take care.